Well, Donald Trump has called it the worst trade deal ever made. Today in Washington, the first round of negotiations took place towards crafting a brand new North American free trade agreement.
Canada, the United States, and Mexico have a powerful shared interest in reaching a mutually beneficial agreement. Strong economic fundamentals are a compelling argument for bolstering what works and improving what can be made better.
The views of the President about NAFTA, which I completely share, are well known. I want to be clear that he is not interested in a mere tweaking of a few provisions and a couple of updated chapters. We feel that NAFTA has fundamentally failed many, many Americans and needs major improvement.
It is widely believed that Mexico has the most to lose as the 23-year-old NAFTA pact is redrawn. The U.S. is Canada's largest trading partner, I should say, with more than $635 billion worth of goods and services swapped last year alone. Now let's check in now with our very own Cormac McSweeney in Ottawa.
It seemed not all of the countries were on the same page heading into these talks. Here to talk a little bit more about it is Maclean senior writer Paul Wells. So, Paul, what do you make of the fact that Canada and Mexico seemed optimistic heading into these negotiations, but the U.S. kind of wasn't on the same page? They brought up a lot of problems that they had with NAFTA and said there are going to be substantial changes, not just the tweaks that President Trump had promised Prime Minister Trudeau.
The tone of the opening remarks from Robert Lighthizer, the U.S. trade representative, was surprising because the private signals or the signals from Trump's seconds and lieutenants, including his Commerce Secretary Wilbur Ross, including Lighthizer up till now, has been that they were looking for a win-win-win agreement that all the parties could be happy with, and largely a technical update of NAFTA, which is an old treaty after all. Instead, Lighthizer came in guns a-blazing and said, well, no, the president doesn't want tweaks, he wants an overhaul. This trade deal has been a catastrophe for American workers, and change is going to have to be made. And the question now is, was that just bluster? Was that just playing to the base, saying things that would sound good on Fox News? Or is that really the attitude of the American negotiators? Any more indications about what we could gain out of this? Not a lot. I mean, there's some easy gains. The desire to bring in some of the tech industry, sort of technologies that didn't exist in 1988, 1993. That's something that just about every partner in this negotiation has said they want. That should be pretty easy. What was strikingly absent, although perhaps not surprisingly absent from Lighthizer's remarks, was any talk about an Indigenous chapter, a gender chapter, or a climate change chapter. Three things the Canadians say they want to discuss in these treaties. Those issues are not even on the Americans' radar. All right. It'll be interesting to see how this rolls out over the coming months as they continue to negotiate. One day down, many more to come. Paul Wells, Maclean senior writer, thank you very much for speaking with us. And I'm Cormac McSweeney in Ottawa for City News.